Hi everybody, guess what we're making today? Today we're making a pot of greens and we're adding cabbage to it. Greens and cabbage mix today here at the Young's house, and it is gonna be so super tasty. Here's what you're gonna need. I know it's exciting. You're gonna need some fresh cabbage. Get you some fresh greens, any kind of greens that you love. The greens that I'm using is gonna be collard. You're gonna need a little bit of vinegar for those that like that flavor, but if you don't wanna use it, you can absolutely leave it out. A nice sweet Vidalia onion, and whatever meat you decide that you're going to use. Today I'm gonna use some beautifully smoked bacon, and we got some spices to make it come together and taste good. So I have salt, pepper, garlic and onion powder, a little bit of red pepper flakes, and we have some sugar. Make sure your hands are clean. Let's make greens and cabbage mix Gina Young style. I hope y'all are having a great day today, and if you're not, hopefully I can brighten up your day with this here recipe. Let's start off by talking about the possibilities of what meats you could incorporate into this dish. I'm using bacon today, but you don't have to use it. You can use your favorite smoked sausage. Absolutely you can. And you're gonna slice it or chop it down and render it, cook it in a little bit of grease. Okay, you could do that. You could also use ham hocks. You could use a nice ham steak. You could use Joe bacon. Okay, so possibilities are endless. And for those that don't eat pork, absolutely you can use a smoked turkey wing, smoked turkey legs. But if you're using something like ham hocks or smoked turkey legs or wings, you need to pre-cook them. And what I mean by pre-cooking them is get them started in some water with some crushed garlic and onion, a couple seasonings, right? Give it a nice boil for at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Wait for them to get nice and tender, and then you can begin to incorporate your cabbage and your greens. Okay, so that's how that will work. But since we're making bacon, what we're going to do with our bacon is, and I'm going to use a little over a half a pack of bacon. We're going to chop it up. We're going to render it down, get it nice and seared, and we want it crispy. We want it crunchy, crispy, golden brown. And that oil that this bacon is going to release, that bacon is going to make so much, that bacon grease is going to make so much flavor into your recipe. I am so excited. So today's Saturday. I'm excited about watching the game tonight with my husband. And also, I'm going to fry up some pork chops. I'm trying to figure out what our starch is going to be today, but I just may turn around and make up some fresh cornbread and maybe, maybe some type of rice or potatoes. I guess we'll just see how I'm feeling. What I have, I'm not sure what I want for my starch. Not quite yet. I'm going to go ahead and turn this pan onto a medium heat. We're going to separate these bacon pieces, start cooking them. Bacon is cooking up. It's smelling amazing already. I decided that I wanted to put some nice fresh garlic into our recipe, so let's do it. Not the garlic that's coming out of the bag or the jar. Fresh garlic. Fresh garlic always tastes best. I'm telling you, it really does. Because the reason why I say that, and I stress it a lot, is because I've tried that garlic that comes in a jar and it's swimming in liquid or oil, whatever it's swimming in. It just doesn't make the dish taste its best versus using fresh garlic. You can use those garlics, but fresh garlic knocks them all out the park. I'm going to go ahead and whack it just like that. Okay, and then we're going to go in and take the skin off. That helps to relieve the skin from the garlic, okay, or release the skin. You get the gist of what I'm trying to say. And so now we're going to break this down in such a manner. It's like a medium clove of garlic. Okay, this will pretty much dissolve into your recipe and release so much flavor, great flavor that we're looking for, and great vitamins, right? So let's put that aside right here on the edge of our plate, and then we're going to cut up some onion. If you all are ever making cabbage or greens, did you know it's okay to put bell peppers into your cabbage or greens? Super delicious, and if I had one, I'd be putting one right into this recipe. But we'll settle for the sweet Vidalia onion that we'll be using today. Because this onion is so big, I'm just going to use half of it. Half of it will do just fine. Okay? I hope y'all are having a good day today. Is anybody watching the game like we are? I'm super excited about football season this year. And I like watching it with my husband. I really do. And I know he enjoys when I watch a good game with him, right? A football game. So I'm excited. Okay, let's see. We're looking forward to watching Colorado. You know, I love me some Deion Sanders, really I do. Oh my goodness, I love him and all his kids. I do. All right, let's chop this onion down in such a manner. And what I'll do is in the beginning, when my bacon is like 90% of the way cooked, that's when I'm going to throw that onion in. We'll start building that flavor. And we're also going to put that fresh garlic in. Okay? So for now, we'll set it down because our bacon is not done. In the meantime, we got some greens we need to chop up and clean, and we need to cut up our cabbage and wash it as well. Right now, Ohio State's playing. You know, I was born and raised in Columbus, Ohio. So we represent the Buckeyes, you know. I'm hoping that they win. You know, I'm hoping that they do good. All right, so we're going to go ahead and chop these down, and then we'll get them into the sink of cold water with a little bit of salt in there. And then we'll rub, that salt serves as an abrasive. And it just helps to get your greens nice and clean, because these greens, they sometimes have dirt and sand and maybe twigs and sometimes some bugs. Just be sure to wash them off really good. So let me show you how I cut them, okay? You see I just cut the ends off. Now you see how you have the stem here? Get rid of the stem. There's always going to be somebody in the background. You know who those people are. And they're going to say, oh, Gina, keep the stems. I like to eat the stems. Well, they can eat the stems, but we're going to take them out. These stems they're tough, right? So you don't want to eat them, not really. So now you're left with this. And so what we can do is we can take it and kind of roll it. If you want to just tear it into pieces, you can. But here's what I'm going to do. Bite-sized pieces. And then that hard, woodsy part is gone. That's simple, right? So let's break our greens down, all of them, just like we did. And then we'll do the same thing with the cabbage. Only the cabbage doesn't have that, you know, that bang going down the middle. But it does have a core that we need to get rid of because it's woodsy and it's really hard to get tender, you know. I am so excited for today. I hope y'all are having a great day. I know I said that about 2 or 3 times, but I really mean it. I do. I really mean it. I'm super excited that I'll be getting an iron infusion October the 3rd. So I'm excited about that because I need it. You know, I need it. Take a look right here. Let me show you this bacon. Look at that. Nice and crispy. All those little bits down at the bottom, that's all flavor that's going to be released into your greens and your cabbage. Now, I have quite a bit of bacon grease in here. I will need to get rid of some of it. We're not going to use all of it, okay? In the meantime, we will wash our greens, and I'm going to show you how I break my cabbage down. I've already taken the middle part out of the cabbage. And sometimes you need somebody to help you with a little bit of elbow grease to cut your cabbage, okay? Watch this. It's simple. Nothing hard about doing this. Yes, we're going to fry our cabbage and our greens slightly, but I will be adding some liquid. Me personally, I love when I get like that pot liquor from the greens or the cabbage. It just tastes good, and you can pour it over top of your potatoes or your rice, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I like to put the liquid in my cabbage and greens versus always frying it. And then you don't have that liquid that you could pour over top of something. You understand what I'm saying? So the type of cabbage that I grew up on, it was cooked in water. And it was seasoned very well, and I absolutely, like I said, I love that pot liquor because it tastes so good. Okay, so next thing we're getting ready to do, let's go over to the sink. We're getting ready to wash all this, and then this and the greens goes right into that pan with that bacon grease and that cooked up bacon, okay? And if you did like a smoked meat, make sure that meat has begun to get nice and tender before you put your greens and your cabbage in. We've washed our greens, we've washed our cabbage. Now here's what I did. I made a little boo-boo, but it's okay. We can work around that. But when you make yours, what I want you to do is when that bacon is done, I want you to saute your garlic and onions in with that bacon. And once the onions turn nice and translucent, then we can add in these two. But since I forgot, it's okay. Guess what's going to happen? They going in right now. And it'll still be delicious, right? I was just so excited to get it in the pan, right? Okay, lovely. Here's what we're going to do. It's going to look like your pan is literally overflowing. And it is, but guess what? It cooks down so quickly. Once it cooks down, you can put a lid on it and let it cook. We're not going to season it right now, okay? Because if we season it, we can't stir it. If we stir it, everything's going to fall out the pot. So you wait till it cooks down a little bit, and to where you can put your spoon in and give it a nice turn around without things falling out. Then we'll come in and season very well. And I'm going to show you how much sugar I put in it. It's not enough sugar to make it sweet, I promise you. It's enough sugar to make them say, "Ooh, mommy, that tastes good." Give them that umami flavor. To change your outfit, you know, when I change my clothes, I'm doing another video for another platform in the other room. Okay, so listen, in the meantime, our greens and cabbage smells the whole house smells great. But we do need to add that seasoning in. So we're going to add in 2 cupfuls of vinegar, if you like vinegar. I'm going to understand if you don't like vinegar, but we like it here at the Young's house, especially in our greens. Just 2 cupfuls. Going to really amp up the flavor. Look at that. Oh yeah, any kind of vinegar you have, right? You need some red pepper flakes. Just enough you can feel in the back of the palate, but not enough to knock your socks off, right? We're going to put that sugar in for that umami taste. Not too much. That's plenty enough. I'm going to put some chicken bouillon powder in because it tastes so stinking good. That's all I have. I got to get me some more. All right, we're going to put in a nice amount of onion and garlic powder, okay? On purpose, I'm putting a nice amount in. All right, look at that. I'm going to put that garlic powder. Even though we have fresh onion and we got fresh garlic, you still use the onion and garlic powder, okay? And we're going to put us some salt and pepper. If you can't use the salt, leave it out, and then when you feed your family and friends, they can put their own salt in, right? So now we're going to give this a nice stir, and we don't have to worry about everything flying out the pan, right? So let's do that. We'll do that together, and we'll bring that lovely bacon to the top. Oh my goodness, can the camera come in so they can see? Look at this, family. Are you kidding me? This is what you want. Make you some Gina Young style. I ain't gonna show you one more time because it's gorgeous. Look at that. So now what I've noticed is my cabbage still needs to cook longer, and of course the greens need to cook a little bit longer. That little bit of liquid that we put in here, it evaporated, so I put a little bit more, and anytime you add more liquid, you're gonna add more spices, okay? When this is done, guess what? You're gonna get that first spice. Y'all come right on in and take a look. This right here, it's what you call greens and cabbage mixed Gina Young style. Get you some cornbread on the side. This goes perfect with anything else. Fish, ribs, chicken, turkey, doesn't matter. This right here is the ultimate side dish. Make you some Gina Young style. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you ain't subscribed, what you waiting on? Tell your family and friends, tell the world what Gina's doing in this kitchen every single day. And Father, once again, we thank you for this meal, your hedge of protection and your love. Amen. And once again, to my beautiful prayer, let's go ahead and taste this. Then I got to get off of here with y'all. I think I've been having a little too much fun. A little too much fun. I want the greens. Ooh, I want the cabbage. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Super simple, right? Throw everything in that pot and walk away, right? Absolutely. Keep an eye on it though. Let's go. This is it. Make you some. You're going to love this. Good night.